Hey guys, welcome back to ESL TV for the Battlefield 4 Spring 2014 group stages. We're into Group A here. I'm going to be really quick here right now because we're going into the second game of the day. It's going to be Fnatic versus InFamouS, and I'm joined by the lovely Pansy yet again here. Pansy, what's your thoughts on this match as we're going to kick this one off on Siege of Shanghai?
It's going to be a tough battle. InFamouS looked great, but did they look good enough to take down the likes of Fnatic? That is the bigger question here, and we're going to find out. Oh, not live has been said.
Okay.
Here we go. Do not worry. We got time.
All right.
We got time to chill out and talk about this one. I don't have to rush it too bad.
Well, before we get into the actual the game and talk about, you know, obviously the two teams here, do we have the updated brackets to show you guys at home just so you have an idea of how this is working and how our bracket system is going?
Maybe.
I believe we do. Hopefully Tim's been paying attention. Yes, he has. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. So
Hashtag production quality. Get that tweet going, people. But yeah, as you can see, we picked up with InFamouS against Fnatic. I think we got the better game to watch, I feel.
Yeah.
Fnatic and Wartime, not going to have too many surprises. InFamouS, in the end, did come out on top, beating Fnatic, even though InFamouS came through in 9th and Fnatic in 6th.
yeah, it was fantastic. It was an amazing job of them. But right now, like you said before, we're testing the real steel here. Going up against Fnatic, one of the top teams in Europe here for Battlefield 4.
Yes.
Obviously, they had a little bit of a blunder coming into the offline finals last season where they got knocked out by Pyrogen. Really
true.
Unexpected. But they're still a damn strong team here, obviously, with the addition of Drunks coming in and Winghaven taking a step back. I love seeing how they're really working well together right now. They've been doing phenomenally well, and I believe we can go ahead and drop back in the game because it looks like we're going live right now.
Alrighty, and I do want to point out, the thing with Fnatic is they've been playing with this setup, with Mord, Value, Too Easy, and Unfixed with Winghaven for a long time in other games as well. It wasn't just this game. In every other game, they've always played together. Adding a new member in could have been hit or miss. It really could have been do or die, but they've done well, and I like the addition. This
is the question we've been, or I've been at least wondering, I don't know you, Pansy, the honeymoon period we always get when someone gets added into a team. That can always affect, the initial start. Though, like, yes, no, you're doing a great job. There's mistakes. Like, oh, you're new to the team. You don't really know our playstyle just yet, and everyone gets pumped up and excited. But once that honeymoon period disappears, that divorce can potentially come, and they have, a tough time really dealing with the personalities behind the players when it comes into a team.
Well, Drunkson did go off to a great start. He did eventually get shut down. It will be a 2-1 hold in favor to InFamouS this time, with the ideal sites having Kremmer in a good spot there on C. He did go down in the end. You're not going to get away with tricks like that against Fnatic. And this was the map that InFamouS were phenomenally aggressive on. They went all in, and right now we are seeing Fnatic heading over with those Ace-23s. I hear you guys in Twitch chat. You want to be checking out what they're running with. And now they look like they want to go for the challenge. Unfixed and Drunk both going in with those impact grenades, just hitting these guys hard. Kremmer and Grim go down, and they've claimed the 2-1.
And this is something you pointed out last game, is that, their strategy will work against, the lesser teams, let's say, quote unquote, but against the big dogs, it won't work. And you saw Fnatic pretty much capitalize completely off what they were doing. And obviously Fnatic, they won 2-0. They had the time to actually watch the last game. So they had the idea of what they're going to be doing here. And they completely overwhelmed them at that B site. They lock it down. They're going to keep over C, pick up the kills left and right. And they seem to have a great control of this game so far. But now a big push coming in on B from InFamouS here. And let's see if we can hold on to this one.
Yeah, Too Easy picking up Zuzu there, and the rest of the side joining in on the absolute massacre of InFamouS. Those fast rotates for them, probably not working out too well. Going for this cheeky respawns, but a double kill for Value. Pretty much a squad wipe coming into play there. And, well, InFamouS just left to play at C. A will be picked up as well from Fnatic with that rotating B site in hand. Got to say it, Fnatic coming out of the gates looking dominant, but, Ticket's not too far away from each other just yet. There's still time for a team to break out into the open. Drunks, speaking of out in the open, does get taken down a fair way. Down at 2 HP, just about ducking in for cover, and more could be in for some real trouble here as InFamouS looking like they want to pick up this A site, and they actually might just about do it.
Yeah, so actually having someone really compete against Fnatic, at least in the head-to-head approach right now. And Fnatic, obviously they started off strong. Now they're going to get 2 kept against them here. But this is the real question. This tests the fiber of a team. Can you come back from this? Obviously, you're down the 2 cap. You need to come up with the strategy very quickly. And obviously Winghaven, he was kind of, I don't know if he was the caller. I believe that's more is usually like the caller for the team or the brain behind the team. But they need to come up with the strategy quickly. And it looks like C is going to be the flagged cap over for them. And more, you can see on the south side, he's actually just, well, he was trying to watch on a B here, but he gets flanked. And now Fnatic are split between C and B, trying to hold on to both.
And I want to say, they may have underestimated Grim right there because they already rotated 2 players off of C. And actually, Grim has got chances for respawns here, bringing in Tony to look like they want to challenge out on B straight away. Good surround from InFamouS as well. 2 players here, 2 up the top. C being challenged over as well. This is a scrappy game. InFamouS keeping it fast and loose. A is still in their control. Drunks are going to switch that one over. But it looks like InFamouS will be walking away with B and C. And I feel as though that was Fnatic Fnatic underestimating their opponent there. They rotated so quickly off of C, thinking that their two players would have dealt with Grim very quickly. But Grim turned around, took them both down, took his time, and got the respawns in and claimed the better sites. So now Fnatic have to push across. They're stuck down in this line across the middle right here. They're going to be in trouble if they don't get a nice quick push through here. And while at the moment they are being mowed down by the likes of Heist and the others, and I don't think they're going to have an easy path at all.
They definitely do not. And look at this. We're seeing some really far pushes. Seeing a little bit of combatants going head-to-head in this little middle streetway. But we're seeing two men swing around towards the backside towards C. And we're going to see a little bit of a fight break out there as they're still trying to hold off a couple of men. You're seeing a couple of kills picked up left and right here as we're being traded 1-for-1 between both these teams. But right now, Fnatic, they're just struggling. They can't really get together as 5 and push anywhere, it seems. They're always down 1 or 2 men.
Yeah, and the time is really building now for Fnatic. Sorry, excuse me.
I got you.
I'm pressing the wrong buttons. It's been a while since I've been in the studio, but still. Fnatic are taking too long here. They really are, as you said, being held back. And look at this. InFamouS, knowing about the backspawn with Fnatic, straight away pushing Kremer through down towards A. So they should be able to maintain this 2-1 if they leave a couple of players by B. They shouldn't overly rotate off of this one because that could mean real trouble. And I think they're feeling that right now. Heist has got the respawns coming in, but Drunk's around the side, picking up 1, picking up 2, pushing in for the 3rd as well. He's going to have to be careful, though. There's a player still very much alive and kicking just around this corner. His teammate Valor will pick it up, and they should be able to maintain this B. But the big challenge now on C.
And we do see Unfixed right there trying to hold on to this one. And honestly, there's a lot of big players on the side of Fnatic. Each one can step up phenomenally whenever they really need to. And right now, they need someone to do that right now. It seems to be Drunk so far, as he's currently 8-7 on that scoreboard. But right now, Unfixed, well, he's still stalling them for a long time. He's still maintaining control of C. They still have this 2-1 hold here, but he has to stay alive because his teammates are falling down one by one. And it looks like he will be able to pick up a kill there, will be able to survive with the help of 2Easy. And they will be able to maintain this hold, but it's not very often we ever see a team that isn't like Epsilon push Fnatic this hard.
Most certainly, and for once, InFamouS now actually on the back foot. This is the big proving ground for me, is how well they can work back in for this. And kills alone are proving pretty damn coherent and competent as they got a nice little 2-split down the side. They've got Kremer pushing in, taking down Mort. He's in a good spot here to try and challenge down on B. The nades will start raining over, but he's got the respawns coming in, and actually Fnatic are nowhere near close enough, and actually already Heist in the great spot to challenge, takes out Drunks, and this could be a triple cap for InFamouS. This could be a huge start for these boys. Grim now coming into support. They've been a little bit light on this B side because Valor's now been able to break through. And look at this, Mort as well on towards A. That was a very briefly lived trip cap, but InFamouS still keeping this one close and keeping it on its toes. And they've got to find one more side to pick up here because you cannot allow Fnatic to get comfortable.
Yeah, that overcommitment onto that C flag too. I think they had every single man pushing into that, but then they get, you know, obviously the back spawn towards A, they get the 2 cap off of that one, and now they're struggling to fight back from this one, but obviously it's very close in terms of scores, 65-79 tickets, InFamouS still with the lead. But right now, Fnatic, it seems like they finally got their bearings a little bit here, and they finally have worked out the playstyle of InFamouS, but we've already seen in the past, at least within the games we saw prior versus Planet Key Dynamics, that they can adapt very quickly.
Yeah, but I like Fnatic's hold. They're actually not challenging out here on the street. They're challenging from the site. So more playing more passively. Drunks as well, playing quite passively. Maybe looking for the tags and the spots more than the kills, but he's doing the best of both worlds. He's getting everything done right here, but they have allowed a big breakthrough. So this could mean trouble for the likes of Mort now. He's got 2 players coming in towards him. He's got to play this one carefully, using the cover as best he can. Takes down Zuzu, but will he expect the other 2 players coming in from the side? Kremer now piles in, and he will get the tag. I don't know if he's got the kills coming through, but he does get the revive. Finally gets the kill, and now the 1v1 on C is going to be huge.
Yes, it is an Unfixed. Well, he's actually trying to siege away at that A flag at the same time. There's 2 men under him. He's going to get naded in from that underside, and he's looking for him on every single direction, trying to pick up the kill maybe that he needs here as he gets... Actually, you still even have a... Actually, they're starting tagging along with Grimjaw there. I thought we were tagging along with 2Easy. They will pick up the kills. They will get control of C here, and now Fnatic yet again struggling to maintain or even build back a 2 cap here. Yes, they have the ticket lead finally, but that's not going to last much longer.
No, and B is looking vulnerable. Mort finally did some perfect damage and holding back the opponents of Zuzu. And the C side being challenged out, but it's coming down to these 1v1s, but the respawn's coming in strong for Fnatic. They're getting 2-1. So they should be able to pick up A if they need it. And Mort actually rotating off of B. This is brave play from Fnatic. They want to get this one done and dusted. 51-51, still very close. Fnatic, however, have got A in their pocket if they can maintain here. Valu goes to the peak, gets the tag, not the frag, and now his teammates are going to have to mop up the rest. Unfixed doing just that, as Kremer did go down, and Zuzu has to buy his time. 3-man squad holding on towards C. Just Zuzu challenging out by A. He's probably waiting on the respawn more than anything, but only Grim being down. I think he's going to follow suit as well, and now B is the only option they have, but taking so long has allowed Mort behind.
Fnatic are playing more of like a a spread out kind of position. They're not really trying to, you know, buckle down, send 3 or 4 men over towards a certain flag. They send 1 man off, maybe 2 towards C. They send like 1 or 2 towards B, maybe keep 1 or 2 towards A. They're not really trying to spearhead any of these flags. They're trying to kind of play the game like counter to InFamouS, where they keep spearheading certain sites, and they obviously do that, send that 1 man to flank around. But right now, it's not really working out too well for them. Yeah, they have the 2 cap, but it seems like InFamouS are still picking up the kills. Yeah, they're down 10 tickets, but 10 tickets compared to 110 like we saw versus PKD is a huge difference.
Yeah, and Grim doing brilliant work on scene, then just biding time for the rest of the squad to come back around. Heist is in here. He didn't get the spot early enough to be able to get the frag in the bag, but Tony does get 1, goes down the end, but B is still in the hands of InFamouS. But a near-on-whole squad wipe is going to make that hard to maintain. Zuzu now has to try and even the odds by picking up A, but this looks like it could be Fnatic's chance to really start running away with those tickets. And, well, InFamouS have to once again work their way back in here. Heist going for the split round the side does find too easy, so there is a possible route here, but Heist need to, well, sorry, excuse me, InFamouS has to make this happen pretty damn quickly.
You know, I'm taking a look at chat after about hit reg and all that stuff, and it's weird to me to see actually Drunks playing a Winghaven role. He's playing like an anchor, and I don't know, that's something that he typically never did, you know, for Against Authority. It hasn't been playing for Fnatic, but we'll see if it works out here, as we're going to see currently Zuzu come in from that south side looking out for him. And actually, we'll just scare him away a little bit here. But right now, InFamouS, they need to cap something over. They have 11 tickets to go here. If they want to come out of this first half with a lead, they need to make it happen now, and even with a potential lead of just being a few tickets.
Yeah, and Zuzu's fighting hard on C. B is going over towards InFamouS. They need to get the C site, and they won't get it in the end. Drunks coming in was a big couple of moments happening there, and it should be a 2-1 in favor to Fnatic, and that should be enough to seal the deal, at least in the first half. But 36 tickets is not a lot. That is actually quite low, considering it's Fnatic InFamouS are playing against. And, well, with only 3 tickets left, I think InFamouS know what's happening here. They might be able to get a couple back. I think it's too late, and it will be 35 in the end. Sitting with Fnatic, but that's a very low score.
Yeah.
I think from the start, I think InFamouS really caught Fnatic out. I don't think they knew what they were up against. Fnatic got caught out. They really had to kind of hunker themselves down towards the later side of that game and try and play a bit of an interesting game style, because they really depended on kills. The likes of Valou and Unfix stepped up and played well, which is nothing too uncommon. Let's be serious here, but you look at the offline finals, those two didn't play so strongly at times. I love Valou to death. He's one of, you know, my favorite players all time in a lot of different games. You know, him going 18-8 will pretty much gift you sights. You know, he picked up 2-1s. He picked up these situations you don't expect to. But InFamouS, I feel overall, played a very good game then. And if they, you know, keep this up, they could do it on the second half.
I think they did, but one thing that I noticed, or at least I think I noticed during that game, was the fact that Fnatic, they weren't playing their own game at all. They were playing InFamouS's game.
Yeah.
And yet they still came out of the half of the lead. They were put on the harder side, and we very seldomly ever see a team play reactively and still win a half. Like that's something that's big to me, but I don't want to, you know, kind of, you know, bury how well InFamouS played in that game, because it was fantastic. They did a great job. Yeah, 35 tickets isn't that big of a lead. It's still a lead nonetheless, but they can obviously come back from it. They're going to be on the harder side now. Fnatic are going to be on a little bit of an easier side with that earlier spawn, but they're forcing Fnatic to play their own game, and not many teams can make Fnatic do that.
Yeah, most certainly. Most teams will get overpowered by Fnatic's either team play, you know, their tactics, or their individual talent. You know, it's very hard to overwhelm all 3 of those factors. It seems though InFamouS at least pushed them on 2. Now, the 1v1s, I don't feel they won that much. I feel as though in the end, Fnatic stepped up, and that's why they're able to maintain, you know, the B Street a little bit more, you know, the one right down the middle of the 2 sites. C also wasn't so easy to hold this time. You look at the other game, Grim was able to 1v2, 1v3 constantly be, you know, a pest to the opposition. This time, not so much. You know, you had Too Easy coming and picking up the kills. You had Unfix doing the same, and it's not so easy when the 1v1s aren't gifted to you on a plate. So a little bit harder for these guys to pull off the same strategy, but I believe they are ready to get underway in the second half. It will be Fnatic on the Chinese team this time, and InFamouS on the US side. So straight away, Fnatic will be pretty much gifted the A side, have a good route towards B, and with these kills being picked up in the middle street, it's not looking good for InFamouS.
And they just kind of did what they did against PKD. They just rushed 3-4 men straight towards the A5, trying to get early control of it. But unfortunately for them,
big kill there, though.
Yeah, that was, because now he's swinging on for the backside. There's going to be 1 man on top of that flag, though. It's going to be Valou, and actually with the respawn, Too Easy. And they're looking to hold on. Too Easy does get taken down, though, by Grenade here. Now it's all in the hands of Valou. Zuzu going to be pushing for him, looking for potentially the kill as he's off to the side. Looks like that flag will be neutralized, and Valou will get taken down. And they will lose control of B, they will lose control of A, and they will get tri-capped here. Now they need to go for C right away, or they're going to be hurting quite a bit here, just in the opening moments of this second half.
Yeah, let's see what Grim can do. Last time around, let's bear in mind, he was a huge, huge factor for InFamous. This time he's been able to pick up a couple on the side. He's been able to get, at least one member down. I think that might have been Drunks. I'm not too sure, but he will be picked up by the nade. So there's that immediate counter. It may not be, let's say, actually no, immediate's the wrong word. It wasn't an immediate pickup, but it was eventually dealt with. And InFamous not being able to play that fast game straight away. Drunks round the side. They're not just running into these guys head first. They're making it a lot harder, and I think InFamous forgot who they're up against. Fnatic now have the chance to come straight over towards B, and that's exactly what they're doing. The likes of Value picking up kills on the way, Drunks as well doing the damage, and they should be able to convert all the way down towards A. That was the threat of InFamous playing so aggressively before. That's what I was worried about they'd be caught out on, and that's exactly what's happened. So not the ideal start now for InFamous. Switching up a couple of guns as well, running with the AEK actually as well, which is a little bit of a difference. Obviously, the Ace we previously saw, not an option anymore, but InFamous, they've got a little bit of work to do, and hopefully they learn quickly from their mistakes.
They need to, because they're going to get tri-capped here as well. And it seems like every time Grimjow's like off towards C, Drunks always goes to him. It feels like he's like the Ichigo of him, if you have any familiarity with what I'm talking about from that one. But it's always these two are the rivals, it seems. And they each can win out against each other. And when that happens, you see some big plays, really come to light. You see those 2-3 caps come out. And right now, with the FAMAS picked up by Tony right there, and he's looking for a kill or two and working towards that B flag, but he hasn't picked up anything just yet. He's kind of running back and forth around this crate. And he will eventually be able to push in here because the rest of his team flanking him from the sides, and they're pushing Fnatic back here yet again. Even with that 2-3 cap that they had, they're fighting with everything they have to get B back, and they will be able to secure it here, and they will get control of A and B at the same time.
Brilliant play from Tony as well. Not only going towards the side, but rotating further so he can immediately get towards C. Even if it's just to neutralize it, they'll really damage Fnatic's easy bleed back into this, and he's going to hold them back as long as possible. I'm pretty sure he knows he's going to be picked up eventually. He knows that he is pretty much cannon fodder if he doesn't run away right now. But the damage he did, the work he did straight away, really helped him out, and actually Drunks going down makes a big impact, but too easy. Finding a route round the side, can make a way, can just pretty much blast a route through, but he does get picked up in the end off the middle street from the likes of Zuzu, and they will maintain. But look, this is the problem. Will they expect Drunks around the backside? Running with that AEK with only the iron sights on it. He actually picked this up last time around that I saw him, and it was a really damaging gun. So this is when generally Drunks means business, and you can see why. Zuzu being mowed down in a second. A is theirs, B is theirs, and it looks like C could be picked up as well if Unfix plays this right.
And this is one thing that I don't understand between the teams, and I'd love to talk to either one of these two, is that they get a tri-cap, but they immediately lose two right after that because they commit so many men towards that last cap that they need. Why don't they just play a little bit more passive? Why don't they just sit back, hold on to two, and be happy with that? And I think it might be due to the fact of trying to control the pace of the game, trying to be the one to make the other team play your style. And right now, both teams are really kind of coming out dead even in this. It's 98 to 95 tickets, pretty much completely all tied up here. And right now, Fnatic, they only have to get InFamous down to below 35 tickets to secure themselves that first map in the best of 3 and get one step closer, obviously, to advancing into the offline playoffs.
Yeah, and Heist holding on towards A as best he can. His teammates are falling around him, but he does have the respawn coming in, so hopefully he does get some support, but he doesn't need it. More goes down anyway. C has been claimed. InFamous in a very good position here, but it's all about those Fnatic respawns. Where are they going to be? One here, one up top, and now B is the focus for InFamous. They're moving in. Tony with that fallacy in hand, just coming in strong, picking up the kill with Heist, and it looks like B could be theirs. They've taken down the players. B is open for the taking. They've maintained C as well. This is really impressive from InFamous, and Heist being such a big factor in that with Tony just doing serious damage. And look at those tickets bleeding away from Fnatic. They're now in trouble. They have to run that gauntlet of that middle street with the likes of Tony staring them down, but the nades coming in strong, and now InFamous on the back foot.
And every time that we see Fnatic pick up that 1 or 2 extra kills, they go for a push right after that. They're going for a strong shove down on this A. Unfix going for the B flag by himself as they're splitting into a 2-on-2. We might see a tri-cap actually coming for Fnatic here if they can pick up the 1 or 2 kills that they do need. But who is that man? That is going to be Crema holding on to that 1v2 and getting those respawns back in. C going to be capped over now for the side of InFamous and Unfix. And I believe that is going to, guess, more going to be working in towards this A flag. But I don't know. Things have been so back and forth right now, and InFamous are just coming out ahead currently.
Just about as well. It comes down to these moments. A has been bullied through by Fnatic, but look at Heist. He's waiting. I'm not sure he's waiting on a respawn right there. He's actually just going to be getting those nades out, spamming them through. He does wait for A respawn at least, because C is theirs for how long? With Drunks coming in around the back, they need to make their move right about now. The ticket's going to start getting low, and when you're going down like that to Value, that is exactly what Fnatic wanted to get in the bag. And well, it's just happened. A 2-to-1 hold now in favor to Fnatic. They pushed them all the way back, and Tony having to come all the way back towards C to deny the triple cap.
And what they're doing right now is that every time they pick up a kill, they're constantly shoving for more. They're constantly picking up more. They're trying to make it so InFamouS can't get that 5-man respawn back in. So they can't have that 5-man squad that's running around and really cause them a lot of problems here. And they're always picking up the kills. They're always making it so there's 1 man dead here. As you see, Tony's going to be that one, followed in by Zuzu right after. And this seems to be Fnatic now just kind of, oh, we should probably start trying or something, because they're looking completely different here after this last half.
Yeah, InFamouS are playing for absolutely everything. They have C. It's going down to a 1v1 though. Drunks could pick this up. A is still being contested. It looks as though it's going to be going in favor to InFamouS. Drunks taking his time. He may be outnumbered right now, but he does have some respawns coming in. Drunks goes for the attack. He gets taken down. But do they expect the final man? No, Too Easy snuck through. A has been bullied out by Fnatic. B might be the last stronghold for InFamouS, and those tickets are getting dangerously low. 57. If they drop below 35, they are out of this map at least.
Yes, they will, and we'll be taking us over to Parasol Storm. And remember, Siege of Shanghai is actually their choice here. And Fnatic, we know they're a damn strong team on Parasol Storm, even though we just saw InFamouS do the exact same just prior versus PKD. But right now, they're struggling here. And Fnatic, they're playing it calm. They're playing it cool. They're playing it collective. They're not in a hurry just yet. They want to get those respawns in. They're going to go for the push here. Mort, well, he's going to look for Crema, but Crema will get the better of him. And we'll be able to maintain B for a little bit longer. It's Too Easy now going to give his chance at this. You know, 1v1 will pick up the kill. And we'll get taken out from the backside, though, and they won't get B. And they're actually going to lose out on A here at the same time, it seems, unless Drunks can come out huge.
Yeah, Tony, though, for InFamouS has to hold on. As you mentioned, they lost out on C. There was 1 man spawning all the way back. The nades are coming through. He must get support here. And look at that. Drunks actually backs away. He's not going to go for the solo challenge. These tickets are getting low for Fnatic. This is when you can tell they are in pressure, when the calls are dragging people away, dragging Drunks away from doing what he does best. And there we go, picking up the kills. Anyway, he's going to be making the damage. Counter, no. Big double coming from Drunks. Going to be claiming that streak, but they still don't have the flags to back it. And where is the respawns coming for InFamouS? They do not have them on B. They're going to try and get the backup in position in place, but it's too little too late. Fnatic bully their way through, but look at the tickets. They're going to start bleeding away from InFamouS, and they must get a site right now.
It doesn't matter how pretty Fnatic does it, as long as they do secure that win. That's all they really care about here. And Drunks going to be flanking on the backside here, so attacking along with Grimjaw, who will be taken down, but Drunks trying to be a little bit of a floater roll, and it looks like he actually might catch him on guard if he can pick up this kill, but no, he gets shut down. And C&B still maintained on the side. As you can see, 39 tickets now here, 35 is that threshold, and they need to do something here. And they had picked up quite a few kills at C. If they can cap that over, they can stand on this, but there it is, 36, 35, and that should be it here, and that will be Fnatic. Barely, I will say, by the skin of their teeth, secure themselves that first map here. That was not easy at all for Fnatic.
No, it really was not. And Drunks, congratulations. You pretty much did that for your side on occasion. Same with Value in those 2-to-1 situations. Most players won't pick those up, but they did. But I want to say it again. That was not an easy map for Fnatic. Excuse me while I write down the scoreline there, but you mentioned
Drunks.
Simple.
You know, he did not have a good first half.
No, he didn't.
He had a word that I can't say, a really bad first half. Yeah. But 18-9 he finished off in that second half.
Yeah, he really stepped up then.
Yeah, and they needed him to. You can see the difference in their play style. I mean, he's been... Let's talk about this. In the first half...
And I do want to say Too Easy giving out the flame then. He's getting pretty angry. He was saying that their play style may not be the smartest.
That they might not need a brain to play it?
It might have been something along those lines. Too Easy giving out the flame, and even Dogbutt mentioned this. You know, they don't actually have Too Easy within the team for his talent because there's not a lot of it. They have him there for the smack talk, because that's all he can do, right? Like that's. But no.
He plays the mental game, not the actual game here.
Yeah, that's it. He is literally like the kind of chess master, you know what I mean? The really smart guy. I'm lying parlously, but clearly flustering Fnatic though. Like I don't want to read too much into, obviously, global chat. It's not a big factor here, but to kind of make these guys get a little bit more angry, a little bit more frustrated, because you saw in the way Drunks was playing towards the end then. He went for the solo push out towards A, which he does often. He normally does go play that one role,
that's
which you noted.
In the first half, he didn't.
Yeah.
That's what was so different.
Now, he started doing that again, but when those tickets started getting low, I could almost hear it in the way he started playing, was that someone called him, okay, stop going out on your own.
Stop doing that.
Come back
here.
to B. They had C. They didn't have B. They didn't have A. Drunks was over by A by himself. He probably could have won the 1v2 maybe. But rather than going for it like he normally would, he got dragged back over towards B. Too Easy had already claimed the kills by the time he got there, but you could see the difference. That's when Fnatic kind of had to nail these guys down, going, okay, no, stop going on your own. We need to play basic Battlefield. We need to just focus as a team. We can't afford having one player off by himself when it's not working that well, when it's not making the big differences. Now, it did every now and then for Drunks.
Yeah.
But you could see in moments they had to drag him back in to play that kind of I don't know if Battlefield.
This is what I wonder, though. Were they saying to him, hey, Drunks, you know, go do your thing. Go pick up kills. We need you to get them. Or was it Drunks just saying, you know what, I'm going to go pick up kills. That's what we need to do right now. And then they either yelled at him to come back, or they said, all right, we need you to change it up right now. We need you back here. We need to cap these points.
Considering
wonder.
how too easy was going off at the end, I don't think it was such a pleasant conversation. I can imagine if you get flustered towards the end. Just because it can get very frustrating because this is the group stage. It's not, you know, the normal cups. The cups are great. The cups give you a little bit of cash. It's all cool.
Yeah.
You know, you can build up those points and you can get in a good position. And you get bragging rights. That's another good thing. Don't get me wrong. Finishing top 3, pretty damn good. But then it comes down to these moments. And this is the danger of the group stages, is the fact that anyone can turn up a little bit better on the day. Anyone can be that little stage ahead. And you know, if someone plays very well on the maps they want, let's say, you know, they play a little bit of a mind game, they walk away with, you know, the map they like and maybe a complete kind of parallel style map. But it's one they've been training. So if InFamouS, let's say, maybe they didn't, you know, choose the first map, for instance, but you know, they knew they'd be comfortable on it, and then they could get their own map off the back of it. So it's this mind game of map choices as well, and I'm kind of curious to see how well these guys do, because if Fnatic got pushed on Shanghai, which was a solid map for InFamouS, but then you looked at the way they played on this one, this is even stronger. I don't know what to make of it, because Fnatic, they play the building game as well, though. This is the difference. You know, PKD didn't really control those buildings much. They kind of avoided them. We will be going to Storm, by the way. They kind of got bullied out on those, just because they weren't winning the one-on-ones. Now, when you have the likes of Drunks, when you have Valu being these players holding onto this, I'm ignoring too easy because he can't kill anyone. When you have these players winning out these 1v1s, I love him deep down. It's okay. We're good friends here. I abuse him in many titles. It's fine. When you have these players, depending on the 1v1 pickups.
Sorry.
You okay there, Jason?
I'm just like, I've never heard you call him out like that. I think you call it Valu, you call it Unfixed, but...
Yeah, but, okay, Valu I've known for like 6, like even longer than that. I've known him too long, so it's fine. I can give him abuse. When he plays badly, it's just him playing badly. He deserves it a little bit, right? He's been playing video games since I've ever played them. So if he's not the best by now, he's letting me down personally. That's my mental attitude. But as I was saying, the fact is that, okay, see, Drunks is telling you to shut up, so maybe you should give some abuse to Drunks. See, that's the difference. See,
I do, trust me. When I was casting one of the, I think the only cup that I did cast,
all right.
He naded himself, and I caught it on camera, and I made fun of him for the next about 5 minutes. I ignored everything that was happening. I didn't even know who won. I just said he kept nading himself.
See, I do want to make French jokes, but, you know, I feel like there may be a French audience.
I mean, well, he's trying to be like Ocelot. I mean, get your own style, bro. You don't need to wear a scarf just because he does.
Got the scarf. Oh, that's so cute. You know. That's so sweet.
He said he would cuddle with me, though, if he gets the offline playoffs.
Big spoon or little spoon?
I'm really tall, so obviously he'd be the big spoon.
What? You're tall, so he'd
tall
be the
guys
big
need loving
spoon?
too.
Okay, my bad.
Come on. I need to be held closely and told things are gonna be okay, Jason.
But
I think we should get in the game. Actually, we should probably look in game and probably stop looking at us talk about weird things like that, because this is gonna be a crucial one. Like you said before, InFamouS, they looked unstoppable on this map against PKD. They still look strong, obviously on Siege of Shanghai, but not as strong as we saw them here. But Fnatic, we've seen them time and time again. Paris of Storm is
See,
like,
look, you tell us to go in a game, and this is what happens.
You get into the loading screen?
Yeah. Well, this is why we can't
Did you really want to see me blushing on camera?
A little bit.
You see that enough around the... Oh, God damn.
Oh.
This is awkward now, because now I'm actually really blushing about nothing.
This is my job, ladies and gentlemen.
Your job's to make me comfortable. And you're doing a fantastic job of it today. What's your thoughts on this map, though? Who thinks he's going to have this one?
I think Fnatic will... Okay, so I think InFamouS are going to come in with the same playstyle. I don't think they'll be able to get such easy access towards these buildings because they won't win the 1v1s as easily as they did against PKD. So I believe that Fnatic will come out on top, but it's going to be a close game. Jason, we can all see what you're typing.
I forgot about that, actually, but I forgot I forgot the button to hit to talk in chat. Oh, man.
Wow, professional. Anyway, InFamouS will be starting on the US side. The Chinese side will be Fnatic. We'll fire Jason afterwards, but let's watch Drunks right off the bat because we were giving him some grief, and I'll watch Too Easy afterwards just because, you know, I was giving him some grief as well. And we'll see what these guys are up to because they will be starting on the Chinese side. So B is looking like they're very important flag to them. They're going all in on this one.
Sorry, you took chat off, but I said to him, at least I don't name myself. But anyways, like you said before, let's go to Labs, actually, because I don't think we did that in the first game, just to give you a little bit of a rundown of the teams, but in case you're a little bit unfamiliar with them. Over on the side for InFamouS, we have Crema, Zuzu, Hist, Grimjow, and Tony. And obviously on Fnatic's side, we have Drunks, Valor, Too Easy, Unfixed, and more. And this map is going to decide, will Fnatic take it a clean 2-0 sweep and qualify into the offline finals, or will they have to take it to map 3? And right now, as we can see, InFamouS getting a pretty good start here.
Yeah, definitely. But then again, they had the better spawns for this. They have the ability to go things. And Fnatic went all in towards B, and they lost out, to be fair. But now on the respawns, Fnatic are picking up this C site. They are looking like they want to get B as well. And with the respawns and the setup they could get coming off the back, they're in a good spot to convert this one. But we need to see what happens, because right now, as I said before, Fnatic will be challenging out. And they're in a little bit of a let's say they've got a little bit of a higher reputation in the fact that they will pick up these kills rather than let them run rampage. They currently do have the 2-to-1 hold, too easy there. Missing the shot, looks a little bit confused. He does finally get the revive in the bag.
Zuzu naded himself.
Yeah, indeed.
Even laughed at himself.
Nades. But Heist has got himself over towards C, so they should be getting a 2-to-1 hold for now. But straight away, Mort is over towards A.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, it was weird because, you know, when Winghaven was on the team, he played the anchor role. He played the guy that sit back, watch a couple of spots. And right now, Mort's being the one forced into that a little bit here. And I think they do switch it up every once in a while. But obviously, you know, Drunks, Valor, and Unfix are so strong, even too easy from time to time. Has ridiculous aim here. And we're seeing C going to be capped over. You can see Fnatic over on the overview map. They are controlling that single building. They want to hold on to that. And it looks like it's going to be very tough for InFamouS to actually take this B flag back here. And right now, they're still holding on to it with that storm coming in. Even some nades being thrown right into Mort's face. Actually will pick up the kill on Zuzu. And they will stop that cap. They'll be neutralized, but they still have stopped it, and that's the key point.
See, now what I wanted to say before was the fact that, let's say in the situation, InFamouS would have broken through on that individual building. Mort picking up a 2-piece right there with the nade and then the follow-up kill on the push has gifted them the hold pretty much on B for now at least. But now you can see the complete commitment coming in from InFamouS to try and pick this one up. But because they've done that, they've completely negated the two other sides and allowed Fnatic to get into a good spot, maybe not the best, to defend this one. Mort going down has given at least a little bit of a glimpse in, but too easy. Waiting on that push up. There is a player right there, but doesn't hold his nerve. Oh, we just caught a glimpse. The nade will come through, but he does get the kill. Eventually picks up one, and that stopped the C push across. Tony's still alive, and the builder's being fought over. Fnatic still maintain this 2-to-1.
Yeah, they have. And they seem to be a little bit more comfortable on this map, at least against the play style of InFamouS than they were on Siege of Shanghai. But right now, we do see finally the 2-3-man push coming in from InFamouS onto this A flag here, and we're getting the respawns, and we're even also having Drunks come in from the backside here. They're holding the trenches. The nades are flooding in, but they are not connecting with the right targets here. As we see the kills come in, we're going to get a... Did he pick up both kills right there, or was that backup from Drunks? But either way, they stopped it. They might get the revive, and they stopped the push on A here for a split second longer. However, it still will be capped over. It looks like Drunks just going to take his time here looking for that kill. And obviously, in the meantime, we do see C and B capped over for Fnatic. So they're still going to maintain this 2-to-1 hold. And they have, obviously, a 17-ticket lead here. But they're starting to stretch their legs a little bit, it seems.
Yeah, but they are also losing out on some of those 1v1s, which is slightly worrying for these guys, because that's what they're depending on right now. It's gifted them a 20-ticket lead, but it's not a huge deal, and they are maintaining as well as I'd thought, but Fnatic now just kind of switching up to brute strength, pushing in with a couple of members towards that B site, and even though InFamouS do have the easy route towards C, they had not taken it in so long that it's given Fnatic a chance to get over towards A instead, and Mort now in a 1v1. There's a play just around this corner. It will be Kremler. He's going to be going down so damn quickly. Mort's going to pick this one up by himself. And in the meantime, C also being challenged out. That slight bit of kind of holding back for a second has now possibly cost a 2-to-1 that could have been in favor to InFamouS.
And the game sense coming out for Fnatic has actually been very spot on this game. You know, obviously you saw Mort swinging around towards A when they realized that the respawns were coming in towards that C flag here. But right now, B being contested, and it looks like Too Easy will get dropped. Unfix, he's the last man standing here, trying to hold on to that B push, trying to hold on to the men, trying to get inside of his building. He claims it, saying, this is mine, you go home. And he just pick up one, look for the second one, he'll pick that one up as well. Zuzu gets taken down. 2 major kills come in as he finally gets those respawns coming. And that B, either way, will be capped over, but it has bought them time for them to get the neutralize and the cap over on C.
And that was just brilliant play. This is what I was talking about. You know, the brute force kind of attacks coming from InFamouS won't work against Fnatic. When you have a player who has the ability to hold on and provide cover, you're in trouble. But now Valu could be in trouble as well. Those nades are going to come rolling in. The first couple do start to land. He's been taken fairly low. He's got 2 players coming towards him. He needs backup pretty damn quickly. He's got none coming through, and it will be picked up in the end by InFamouS, who have kind of won over on B as well. Even though the buildings have stayed in the hands of Fnatic, the positioning and the cover that can be provided has been completely negated by InFamouS. But here comes the push through. Grim gets found by Unfixed, but still, no damage towards the sites coming from Fnatic, and those tickets are going to get evened up.
And there was a fight breaking out over towards that A flag as well. Hiss gets the better of Mort in that 1v1, and it looks like he will be able to cap over A. But Drunks will be heading over here in just a few seconds as we're going to see him actually just try to give a little bit of a range control, range vision, but obviously not enough to stop the cap over, and that will be a turn back over on the side of InFamouS. But B will be capped back over, so they have that core 5 that they want, and now it's up to them to cap either A or C here, and it looks like with the respawns maybe coming in, maybe if Drunks picks up a kill towards the A flag, actually decide where to go here. And Valu, nice kill coming in from him onto Krema, and that might have opened up the C flag.
It certainly has. So he's going to start running over here. He does have some support from Mort. As you can see, he's watching over the site, but there are still players at the back. So he needs to be careful. He still needs to win these 1v1s. breaking down that fence with the med pack, going through, does go for the challenge, he gets the tag, but now there's a 2v1 happening, more a little bit too far behind. I don't think he was aware there was that many players in this position, and now he's just going to be trying to challenge them out, buy a little bit more time to try and even this one through, allow a bit of a distraction, so the rest of Fnatic can head over towards the A site, and 2easy's doing just that. He doesn't need to be asked twice, and he's going to take A for himself, but now maybe spread a little bit thin to defend B.
Well, you can see right now on the overview that they're heading over there as quick as they possibly can. Just like you said, spread a little bit thin, but since they have backed each other up here, Crema in control of that solo ability, it looks like here for a little bit, trying to shoot that one man down. Unfortunately, he's not really connecting with the shots just yet. And Tony, this is what's happening right now. InFamouS's flanks that work so well against PKD are just not working for him this time.
No, and Unfix staying alive then was phenomenal. He got the spot coming out from his teammate, and then he got the push. So Value tries to go for the exchange. He does get naded out by Crema in the end, but this 2-1 hold in favor to Fnatic is going to start hurting the opposition. They have the players alive, but they're just not really being able to find that much footing. So by the time they get the kills towards the outside, getting in towards these buildings, there's normally a respawn or two coming through. Now Unfix needs to be careful. A couple of nades coming in. B is being challenged down. You can see the amount of players they put through here, but Drunk's in a great position if he wants to split towards C. I think they're going to go try and defend this B site, or at least reclaim it. As Value now watching his push up, he does claim the kill, and now they're going to start working towards the site. There is still one man, at least for the opposition. Tony in a good spot here. Can he find the kill though? It's been a complete wipe coming out from Fnatic pretty much, and they're only playing with 4 at the moment, I do believe. They've actually dropped one of their players, so not the ideal position, and they must maintain the best lead they can in this sort of spot right here. And they're going to try and hold on towards B, but with only 4, they're going to have to make this one really count. 2easy does pick up the kill, but Tony getting straight into this one with that FAMOUS in hand, gets the tag, not the frag. And look at this, Fnatic still going for the caps, even with only 4 men. Brave, brave play.
They've got some balls here and more. Well, he should be reconnecting very shortly, I would assume, as you can still see, 5-on-4. And right now, they are going to get the cap out of C here. No, I don't know for how long, though, as Value will be all by himself, as Tony now going to be working towards A, and Value looks like he will be killed from the backside, so that will be C return back over to the side of InFamouS. But right now, they're just trying to delay as long as they possibly can, keep those flags in contention. And right now, it seems like that might have been the final nail here, because we're going to have finally InFamouS going for a big push here onto this B flag, and might be able to pick up a few kills here as well.
Yeah, but still, Fnatic seem as though they want to try and maintain B as long as possible, because the other sides are so easy to break, or so hard to break into with only 4. And they have maintained nicely, and from B they can just send individual players up towards C. So mostly Value here, trying to challenge down the C side. We've seen him doing this consistently throughout the game, but InFamouS tickets are still fairly low. 2easy still picking up these kills. It's not an easy break in here, but around the back side, that would be Heist coming through, picking him a nice double. And now, well, it's trouble time, because A, not so easy to win out here, but we're going to have to wait to see if Fnatic can find a singular site here, because it's almost a whole squad wipe, even though it's only 4 players. Unfixed is in trouble, but he's finally got backup coming in for Fnatic, and Value with the rest making the push, but they've got to make it fast because they're going to lose out on B.
Yes, they will, and they just need to grab something here, because they could have just lost like a 40 to 50 ticket lead. I don't know how long they're actually playing with only 4 men. I didn't catch when that moment Mort did disconnect here, but they need to do something. I believe more of that sound will be coming back in the server here in just a few seconds, but still the damage has been done. That lead that they built up is completely gone here, and this might just be really demotivating to the side of Fnatic, realizing that, you know what, we had such a big lead. We lost it because of a disconnect here, but they need to pull themselves together. They need to cap something over. It's not over just yet. They still can come out of this first half with a lead, and it looks like they will look for a couple of kills and then a push onto maybe this B flag here.
Well, Unfixed and Value were in good positions to do so. So Unfixed going straight in towards this. He knows he's fairly safe because Value went on the full rotate round towards these buildings. If he plays towards the back side, he only has a small area to worry about right now and a couple of nades obviously to boot. But Zuzu just pushing straight in. Value did not spot it out. Bit of lacking cover from them. He will be trying to make up for it desperately, but already it seems as though it's too little too late. 2easy has to join in. Finally, Mort is back with us. So game is on, but Fnatic only left with B here. They've always tried to maintain at least 1 flag with 4 players, so fair play to them, and they've kept the deficit fairly low, but Fnatic could be in trouble now.
Yeah, I mean, to still have a lead somehow, all would be 11 tickets right now. They still need to do something here as Mort going to rejoin, but met with his death right away. B will be maintained for a little bit longer, but as you can see, Drunk's last man standing on the side of Fnatic because they finally do get these respawns in. I believe we even just heard a knife go off or something like that, but where can they really hit at this point? They just completely out of control. They don't have any footing in the game anymore.
Well, the two-man split out here is probably their best option. I'm not sure if they expect Tony to be right this far back, and I don't think they do. He does pick up one kill towards Valu, but now in trouble from the likes of Mort, but support comes in straight away. Now, that was their kind of go-to plan. That was what they wanted to get in the bag, but they just couldn't make it stick, and Fnatic just don't have the control they previously did. They are really out of sorts here, and this will be their testing and proving point. If they can kind of find their way back in here, they'll be in a great position. They've not lost out on B, so it's not all over yet. But as I said, those tickets are getting low, and they now need to get these kills in. And Valu doing that towards that C site. He should start challenging this. A also being challenged. Fnatic took their time, and now they're making their move. Too easy pushing in towards A, picking up the kills as best he can. Grim desperately trying to hold on. But look at this. This could be a triple cap to just really pester and annoy InFamouS after such a close run-in. And Drunk still looking like he wants to make a stand on this B site.
He's trying to be sneaky right now, and he's still holding to the flag. It actually will be captured back over on his side as they did pick up the kills from the help of his teammate. And they're going to maintain this tri-cap here for a little bit longer. We're seeing Sia 1-for-1 trade up towards the top side. They will still hold on to it. And they lost the lead for a little bit, but they're going to gain it back here. It looks like they're going to come out of this first half with about a 13-10 ticket lead.
Brilliant play. Okay, considering they had, just 4 players, the way they just did that, very well done. Now, whether or not they walk away with a huge advantage doesn't matter, because the way they played out in the first half was so well done. So let's have a look at that. 13 tickets in the end, sitting in Fnatic's favor. Not a great deal. And kill-wise, unfixed again. What a player. 21-8. Big performance from him. I think he can be truly happy with that one. I don't think there's much more to say about it. And it came down once again to those 1v1s I was talking about that, okay, they may have done a little bit better up against PKD when they were starting to push that singular house, but when Unfixed was in there, when he had cover from Too Easy as well, it's a little bit harder to try and make your way through. Because, before they'd have 1v1s, it'd be, literally, okay, let me challenge this guy down. If I, take him down, I have control of the building. It's not as simple as that, because Valu was roaming around the bottom, even on B. Let's say we're talking about the singular house, Valu would roam around towards B. If he got the kill, he'd push up towards C. He'd hold C. That'd be his final kind of destination. Whereas for Unfix, it'd be more within the building, and he'd be solid there. And InFamouS just couldn't find that easy route through. They kept up quite well in kills, 15-15, 12-15, 11-11. A lot of them being fairly respected on that. That's a nice way to play, but still, they did get outplayed towards the very start of that. Initially, actually, they did very well, but then Fnatic just kicked into gear, and that setup came into play.
They fell like 50 to 70 tickets behind at one point in that game, I believe. And I mean, credit to them for coming back from that, but I don't know if that was because Mort was DC'd.
Yeah.
Or if they were actually starting to chug away and come back just on their own. I mean, obviously we're going to find out here in the second half, but I mean, obviously Fnatic, they can't afford to lose this map. They technically still can, because we go into the third map after that where they want to pick it up. But obviously they would just take it in 2 games and call it a night for them.
Pretty much.
I mean, Drugs wants to go play some CS apparently.
Apparently.
That's what he's saying.
Well, I think that's maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should enjoy Battlefield a little bit longer, is all we've heard. But I think we are just about ready to get into this one. So Fnatic will be starting on the US side. InFamouS will be on the Chinese side. And, well, InFamouS on the Chinese team on the red side there. If they drop below 13 tickets, they've lost out on this.
Yes,
simple as that.
I mean, 13 tickets, though. I mean, we can be honest. That's really nothing.
No,
Not
but then you
much at all.
take into effect, Fnatic did have that huge advantage, and then obviously the 4-player thing kicking in. I don't know here. This is going to be a very tough time, I think, all in all. I think Fnatic are going to be out to prove a point, sending Valu over towards pick up C, and they've actually left B completely open. So interesting stuff from Fnatic here, actually. Focusing solely towards A, leaving Too Easy to try and claim these buildings.
Yeah, it looks like he's just trying to control that one, and they do win out on, well, they do go for a 2-for-1 trade, so they actually lose on 2 men, unfortunately, on that A flag. And it looks like they're just going to skip out on it. I think that's going to be Drunks. Yeah, just kind of, he seems to be holding this position for the majority of the game, even in that first half. Just kind of playing a little bit of a floater role, but he will be taken down. And this will be a strong start coming in for InFamouS just off the bat here. And right now, as you can see, Valu going to be sticking around towards that B flag here from the backside. Looks like it might be able to pick up a couple of kills to open this up as well. And then we'll get the 1-for-1 trade, but as you can tell, it is 2-1 still in favor of InFamouS here as that B flag finally neutralized. And Valu, unfortunately, not strong enough right there to hold on to that push. But now Zuzu, currently, what is he sitting up in terms of kills? I'm going to check in on that real quick because I'm really curious. He's still alive for quite a while. He's currently 1-2. It's not the best of starts, as he have his at 3-1, but he's starting to be a little bit more of a nuisance here, as you're seeing Fnatic definitely try to really grip hold of these 2 buildings. Yeah,
Mort and Unfixed doing the damage, allowing the others from Fnatic to push in from the other side. So it should be a BC hold at the moment. And well, they have a good chance to get out towards A, and I think that's exactly what Mort's going to do. I think they're kind of predicting the respawn from InFamous here around towards that C site. So to hedge their bets, they're going to go for the site that they feel a little bit more applicable. Zuzu will get picked up, who is the last standing threat by the back of B, but it may have taken a little bit of the pressure away from being able to hold those buildings, but as soon as I say that, everyone goes down, and it looks like actually Fnatic will be holding on towards that C side as well. And finally, InFamous walk away with A.
Just like you said, Fnatic going to be able to prove something this half. I mean,
Seems as though.
Even InFamous said, it was a good half considering they had 4 players. I think they're being sincere at that one. They did a great job of really holding on, still picking up quite a few kills. But right now, Fnatic, they still want to struggle in that we're the top team. We qualified number 2 here in overall points. We've played in every single cup, doing extremely well
Squad
here.
wipe.
And that squad wipe coming in, that's just them rubbing their foot in the names of InFamous. In the sand. They wrote their name in sand and he rubbed his... Yeah, that was a really bad analogy. That's why I don't do them often. But right now, Fnatic still been taking control here of A, B, and C. And they have full control of the buildings as well. They're trying to hold up that central turret position and kill anyone coming in for those flags.
Yeah, and Fnatic proving a point is a dangerous situation to be in. So let's watch InFamous here. Let's see what their plan is. It looks like C is the side they want to hit up. But so far, not going too well. Heist is heading over there. He's pretty much the only man doing so because the rest of his team have gone down. Grim does get the respawn, so they might be able to walk away with at least C in their pockets, but Heist is in trouble. He's going to have to kind of bow down out of this one, down to a really minimal amount of HP. They're down to about 30-ish. Grim did provide enough cover for them, however, to pick up the C site. So at least 1 in hand, but looking at the kills so far, 10 kills to 26 deaths overall for them. 24 kills to 13 deaths for Fnatic, so certainly one side at the moment. And you don't want to kind of annoy Fnatic. When they're in these kind of positions, they come out fighting even harder, and InFamous barely alive for a second. I'm desperately trying to keep on board with them, but they're literally going down one after the other. Zuzu is the last man alive, and he's near no sights. So this could be a triple cap for Fnatic again, and they have not dropped below 120 tickets so far. This is dangerous.
Yeah, so remember 13 is going to be that threshold here. I mean, not a lot of tickets, but still a threshold nonetheless. And we're seeing a recon get destroyed. That's why we don't see recons.
Pretty much.
I had faith in you, man. I think that was Tony, but he gets destroyed right there. But still, the entirety of InFamous is just getting put on their back ends. They're not picking up the kills. They're not winning the trades anymore. And Fnatic have maintained this 2-1 hold ever since, I guess, the first 20 seconds of the game.
Yeah, Heist has a little bit of a breakthrough moment then towards C. He does manage to find one player. I think Unfixed was a little bit out of position, let's just say. But in the overview map, you can see how Fnatic are doing this, just being a real pain to even deal with. The nades are coming in, however, but Drunks did find Kremmer, so it's pretty much 1 man alive on the C site. And Too Easy just fancies his luck, pushing forward. The respawns have come through. He didn't expect that. Heist comes out, I know, but Unfixed on the long way around the back, taking his time, but this has allowed a push towards B to begin for the InFamous side. So Tony there does go for the challenge. Value denies. Kremmer trying to pick up the mantle, but it looks like Fnatic are winning out on this. They should pick up C at least and walk away with a 2-1 hold. Still in their favor, but they're being held down for once. But still, battle rages on, and at the moment, Fnatic are looking damn good. And
that man that did go down on Fnatic's side towards C was from that single building. He got killed from there, and that's the spot you pointed out when we saw Parasol Storm a little bit earlier on when it was InFamous versus PKD right there. But eventually was killed. They do maintain control of that single building, and they do get this 2-1 hold back in their favor. But 116 to 56 tickets. It's not looking good for InFamous here, looking to get taken out in a clean 2-0. And right now, Fnatic, they're showing no signs of stopping. More, even going for back cap at A. And you can see the side of InFamous are just trying to hold on to these buildings. Even Too Easy calling a GG already.
Wow, Too Easy. What a scumbag. Can't do much about it, but they have managed to maintain on A. They didn't actually cap it back over. They've left that, finally sending Zuzu back there, but that could be really, really dangerous play. You can't be underestimating the power of even just one site in your pocket. And at the moment, InFamous playing from the baseline. Fnatic firmly in control here. Value prowling around, looking for any victims. He does find Zuzu. More in the meantime does find another. No, I'm not. No, wow, Value. I've been talking so nicely about you, and you go and nade yourself. So, the Drunks mentality has been passed on, but the tickets are getting low. 13 is the threshold available towards the InFamous side, and at the moment they only have 2 players alive to do anything, and I think Heist knows it's over. Nice little pickup in the end, however, with that SV98 taking down Mort, but still, I think they know it's over. They're going to try and walk away with A, but it's not much.
Snipers are coming back in the meta. Not back, they're coming into the meta for the first time. Come on, Heist, let's tag. We got to tag along with him. He's got to pick up more than this. Had so much faith in you. Clearly, he's not my level of sniping.
Nope.
Of sitting back and baiting your teammates to pick up kills. That's how you really play the sniper.
But at the end of the day, we need to get back into the game here because InFamous, they're trying desperately to hold on to this, but with that player, you know, running with the scope. Who am I to judge? Apparently, the Magnum will do the job, and it's a 2-to-1 hold now. They're a little bit close to the marker, to be honest. But InFamous, they've shown so many moments of brilliance throughout this that I don't think we can underestimate them anymore. And I think certainly Fnatic got pushed a little bit on the first map and on the second. So 15 tickets now remaining. InFamous, this is their last chance. I think they know it's over. And well, 13 tickets has been reached. One more, and it will be Fnatic going through. InFamous, sadly, not being able to pull together that much in that final half on the second game.
Yeah, congratulations to Fnatic. They've qualified yet again into the playoffs 2 seasons in a row. But this time, will they get knocked out early on? That's the real question. That's what they have to be looking forward to. They have to not let those same mistakes happen right now. And I guess if we're in the mentality of, or think about the mentality of InFamous here, they have, well, okay, they haven't lost completely. If we think about it this way, they still have secured themselves at least another chance. Even if they do lose here in the next match, they still have at least one more chance. Obviously going into Group D, which will come up, I believe, next Wednesday. They still have that second chance where we'll see, obviously, the third place team from each group coming in there to play. And obviously, the whoever has the highest points out of the overall system gets a free bye in the first round. So that's what it's going to come down to, obviously, next week. But I don't know. I like what you said. We've seen some good things out of them. We've seen some bad things.
Yeah.
But we need to see more steady, consecutive performance out of them.
Definitely. They're a team on the verge of brilliance. I feel as though if they played like that, let's say in the first season, let's say they were a team within the first season coming out like that, they could have been up there with UMAV. You know, UMAV constantly called out the big teams because, you know, no one predicted that aggressive play style that they had just straight away. No one expected that. No one thought they'd be able to do that to them.
Clearly too easy, didn't.
Now, if InFamous can kind of hone their skills, refine it a little bit, they'd be a team who can challenge. They've taken down Pyrogen, who recently, you know, did some wondrous things, and InFamous did it at an offline event as well, not too long ago as well, not at the ESL events, but a different one. So they're a team that can perform. So if they refine their abilities, they refine what makes them that dangerous team they are, you could see a really upcoming team. But for now, we can't take away from the fact Fnatic, they're looking pretty damn strong.
Yeah. That's kind of what we expect out of them, though, I'll say. I mean, we didn't expect any less. I mean, them dropping a map would have completely surprised both of us. But I'm getting word from our admins, though, that PKD won 2-0. So we'll be having pretty much a rematch between PKD and InFamous here as our final game of the night to determine who's the second team going through and which team will be going through, obviously, into the Group D.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, we'll be back in just a few minutes with that match coming up. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a